Hey kiddos. So for Silken Court, I've divided the guide into phases. We're going to be talking about phase 1, turn mission 1 now. And in this section, probably I'll take 10 minutes explaining the general strategy for phase 1, and then we'll go into each POV. For the red team, I've assigned it melee, the webbers, range, the poopers basically. The poppers, of course. A blue team will have melee POV and range POV. So you all understand what's required of you. This is just for the markers, so you guys can know the skull and green should be on this exact line, blue and red should be on these slices. Now, we pull the boss, Hummus is blue, Grim is red. And the tanks are assigned. All of the assignments are ready. I'm going to share them with that, so don't worry. All you need to know is that you don't have to stay in the full cast, you just have to move in. Very important for you to move in, get marked, and then move out. Now, the first 10 seconds or 15 seconds of the fight, there are two things happening. Blue team has to bait the frontal, and at the same time, the red team, after the frontal is done, has to move in to bait positions. And we'll talk about that in a bit. So what happens here is that 6 people in the red team, 6 range DPSs in the red team will get webs. And the way we will do it is that the three webs in melee will be played, the 3 webs in ranged will be popped. Okay? We have exactly 6 range DPSs in red team. So this is how we will do it. Chark is moving the boss after the frontal to Hummus. We're stacking them up. Bust, Temp, and Slick. You go to yellow, orange, and diamond respectively. We will have markers there down just for the sake of progression. We won't have them in later, so you guys have to memorize where to go. Aya, Eddie, and Silent, you always run to the middle and you bait your webs there because you want to pop them insta. And whenever you pop a web, guys, or soak a web, you spawn an orb. Whenever you get Venomous Rain on you, you drop an orb. So you have to make sure that wherever you're dropping an orb, don't be on top of another orb when you're dropping it. Be next to it. If you're red color, you cannot soak red. So it's fine if you're standing on top of it, but just move, of course. Don't drop them on top of each other. If you're blue, you can't soak blue. So you always have to soak the opposite color, basically. You go into your positions, yeah, in these 3 spots, to bait the webs. And you have to be there before it happens. Now, the webs are happening. Bust will be tied with Shark. That's web team 1. Temp and Hummus, web team 2, Slick and V, web team 3. While this is forming, Chark has to be in that circle before it pops, so that the moment it hits the ground, it connects Bust and Chark instantly. And we'll watch this in the POV, don't worry. You can watch the POV, come back here to listen to this again, and then go back there if you want to double check the stuff. While this is happening, Aya, Silent, and Eddie, you guys are standing far away, and you're popping it instantly, your web, without anybody in. And you will drop an orb there. Then Venomous Rain happens. This combo is webs into rain. So what you want to do is you want to bait the webs and then spread out for the rain. Again, you don't want to drop them exactly the same spot because it will be difficult soaking them. People might get one shot if they take 4 stacks. So you drop your webs and now you spread for the rain. I didn't assign a specific assignment for range for blue team, but for range that will most likely be how it should be. And I'll send another picture, of course, for that if need be. Some guilds do it, some guilds don't. So you dropped your orb here, Aya, and you want to move here for your Venomous Rain. Same here with Silent. You want to move to the left. And everybody else, you want to move left or right, depends. It's not really that strict, so don't worry about it. Now what happens here is red team will drop 19 red orbs. Blue team will drop 10 or 9 blue orbs. 10 actually. This means that blue team needs to soak 2 stacks each, while red team just does 1. That doesn't really mean much. It's just that blue team, make sure you soak everything. That's all there is to it. So what happens here is blue team, melees, you rotate to the right. That's counterclockwise. And then the red team, same thing, you rotate right counterclockwise. And then you make sure you soak all of your orbs. If you're arranged in blue team, make sure you take the ones far away. If you're a melee, take the ones close. Just soak the orbs. That's literally all there is to it. The web teams, the web players, they move together, soak the orbs, and they stay next to each other until the charge happens. You don't break your web until the charge happens. Meanwhile, the range team, Aya, Silent, and Eddie will, meet up with their ranged counterpart, which is Rak, Coxie, and XD. Rak, of course, you won't be Evoker here. These names are not final yet. The mages and the Evoker will fix that later, but don't worry about that. What's going to happen here is blue team, while your team is rotating just like we said here, you are moving inwards and soaking the stuff from there. The healer always takes the one close, the 2 stacks here. The 2 mages take the ones far away, the 2 stacks. Very important to note because, we need to minimize movement as much as possible. Red team, while they're going from the inner, you guys are running in from the outer section. You just, just don't run through each other, run around each other. Very simple. After you get there, you go to the wall. Keep in mind, there's a frontal happening here. It'll either go to the melee team or the range team. Very easy to dodge, not a big deal. Okay, so charge 1's happening now. We're done. Charge 1's happening. Bust, temp, and slick. You guys move forward. V, hummus, and track. You guys will be stacked here, by the way. Yeah, it's not going to be like this. You guys will be stacked. Don't worry about that. And you're blasting the bust. Blue team, you just have to watch out not to kill bust here because he's going to be very close. So blue team, you want to stack up towards the wall so you don't hit bust with this. The charge happens, and then we get into rain position. This is Venomous Rain 2. What happens here is you pre-spread already. This is, again, the spread assignments for red. Blue team, it's whatever, but we'll fix it if we need to. You have to understand you will drop an orb here, so try to drop them close to each other. Once these drop, yeah, we're rotating. These Venomous Rain is very easy. So red will go from the inner. You guys will move this way, and you guys will move this way. Melees will rotate right, and then red will rotate from the inner to go soak their orbs, basically. And then the blue team will move from forward. Blue team, keep in mind, you can be very close to red here, yeah? You can, the three of you guys can be around here, let's say. It's fine, it's no big deal, it's okay. The more pulls we get, the more efficient this will be for us as a team. So you drop that, you rotate, and then from here on, it's 2 scenarios. So we did so far charge 1, Venomous Rain 2, Venomous Rain 1 and 2, and we did the first webs. From here, it will be 2 scenarios. Hummus either teleports to this section or teleports to this section. Based on where he goes, the movement changes. Not by a lot. It's just that whatever team is closest to the boss moves. It's as simple as that. Yeah, so for now, we're going to go with scenario 1. Hummus goes to the right here. If you're looking at this from a Shazma standpoint. Hummus goes right. What happens here is as soon as red team runs through and clears the orbs, they can start moving ahead. Regardless of what happens, whatever scenario it is, blue team always baits the frontal. Every single time they bait the frontal. So blue team baits the frontal, red team moves ahead and positions for the webs. So red team, you will come here, you position yourselves for the webs, basically. And the rest of the range team, you will be around these markers. And blue ranged, you follow your melees. Melees will bait and then they will rotate this way. Okay, so this is what happens here. Now, this is very important to know that this combo will be rains into webs. The initial combo before it was webs into rain, and now it will be rain into webs. So that doesn't really change much, but all you need to understand is, I'll take Slick for example. Slick stands here, baits the rain, and then moves closer for the webs, or baits the rain on the left, and then moves right for the webs. And we'll watch it in the POV. You do that, you do the webs position, you pop them, Chark with Bust, Hummus with Temp, V with Slick. You pop them together, and the ranged, you poop them alone. Once you're done, you do the same rotation we did before. Red team from outer, blue team from inner, and we do that charge. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. That's scenario 1. Scenario 2, we just flip it. So instead of red team moving ahead, blue team moves ahead. Why? Because they're closest to the boss. Yeah? You bait the frontal every single time. You bait the frontal, and then you move. Red team just follows. So blue team will go move here and spread out, and then red team follows them. Yeah? Same with web positions. Keep in mind, when the Venomous Rain is happening, frontal is also happening. Some guilds, they're baiting here as melees. You bait the frontal. That will be very good if you can do that, guys. In the meantime, the mages and the paladins are popping immunity on this rain, because the second set of webs, we have much less time to soak the orbs because we need to wait. We cannot move until we wait for the webs. So we drop the rain and then we wait until webs, then we rotate. So because we have less time, we want to minimize it. That's where you pop your immunities. And the casters, the ranged blue team, you need to be very quick, very vigilant with the soaks here. These soaks here. And we will assign them together. Always let the hero take close and mages take far. Every single time. We don't even have to assign it. That's that for phase 1. Now intermission 1. I'm going to get to it after we finish phase 1, but generally all you need to know is, I have to go back to this anyways, it's just movement sets, 4 sets of movements. You do it right, and then it's easy. It's tough. Intermission, a lot of people die in intermission, but regardless. Okay, we're going to start with red POV, melee red POV. Okay? I'm just going to skip ahead here. 1 sec. I hope this is better for you guys, cleaner, but this is what we talked about. You're going to bait the frontal now, Again, guys, go back if you forgot what I talked about. Go back and watch the video and then come back here. This is very important. You preparing as much as you can, as the best way possible. It's very important here. You bait the frontal. Shark is rolling the boss, and notice the evokers are in position. It's the evokers for this guild that are popping the webs. That's bust here. This is stamp, and this is you, Slick. You're an evoker now. Congratulations. So they move their spots here. Exactly. Look, they're standing in webs. Each person has his partner with him. You see it? Each person has his partner with him. The moment it hits the ground, instantly materializes into a web. And then you spread for rain. You move to the side, you spread for rain. And then rotate. And then rotate. Don't worry about the range, you're doing the wrong thing. For now, focus on the melee POV. You're blasting the boss. This is when the ads are spawning. We will have a DK in each team, red and blue, so we can grip them all in and blast them. You position for the charge. Charge is over, you go back to your team, red team, yeah? You go back to your team. And now you position for Venomous Rain 2. So we did first webs, first charge, and now second rain. Very easy movement, you just drop it, and then you rotate. Same rotation we did, yeah? To the right, counterclockwise. This is scenario 1. So what red team did, just like we talked about, they moved ahead. While blue team baits. You see, frontal and no barrage. They're baiting the frontal. And now they're moving. Until they get here, we're already in our position, pre-spreading for rain and positioning for webs soon. So everybody here moves. We're going to drop our rain. Look at these 3 evokers. Yeah, they're going to do the webs here. The web people. Very important for you to pay attention to this. And each person is behind and with his teammate. We're spreading for rain. They're dropping the rain and they're moving in. Look at how they move together for the webs. Every person with his teammate. Keep in mind here, Chief, you're gonna be the only extra person on red. I had to do it because I need 6 ranges exactly, so I needed to put a melee on red team. You don't pop any of these webs, Chief, so for you, you just have to make sure you're standing in a spot where you don't get webbed. That's all there is to it. Other than that, you're just blasting. That's it. Get webbed, you move here. Notice how they waited for the webs, then they moved, and they didn't have much time to finish the soaks. So it was very important to send it ASAP here. They're doing the charge, and that's basically it for phase 1. The rest is whatever. We're gonna watch melee POV now. Sorry, ranged POV. That was melee POV. I know it was an invoker, but that's basically the melee team. This is the ranged team. Gonna move ahead. Keep in mind, this is what I talk about. You just have to get marked, and you can move, by the way. So you see he moved out before the cast was over and he's fine. You just have to get marked and move. This would be, I'd say, silent, I guess, position or rock, depending on the position, or dark shape, depending on the class here. So you'd be outside. Look at how the webs are splashing. They're all connecting. These 3 are popping them insta. Pop, and you drop your orb. You move to the left of it. You drop your second orb. And then you rotate, just like we talked about. You rotate from the outer, the ranged go from the inner, and they soak yours. Nothing's happening. You're pretty much chilling here. I'm just going to skip through because we already saw this. Venomous Rain 2. You want to pre-spread, and then again, scenario 1. So you're pre-spread, and then move, soak your blue orbs, and go to the boss. Should be coming now. Yalla, now we're moving. Soak the blue orbs. Range, you do range. Melee, you do melee. And then position for the next one. As I mentioned, the range team, you don't have to go with them. You stay always in the middle. That's Ed, Aya, and Silent. You're baiting your Chingon here. Blue team baits the frontal. They move in. Everybody else is in web position. It's going to be rain into webs. So you see here. Rain positions. Ads are spawning at the time, and we're gripping them all in and blasting the shit out of them. Frontals here. If you're we will talk about that later. For blue team, it's fine. Just focus on red team for now. And now you rotate. After the webs, you always rotate. We're moving out. And that's basically it for ranged POV. Now melee POV for phase 1. This is the easiest part. Yeah, melee blue is the easiest. You guys, literally, your job is to blast. I'm just gonna skip through, move in. He got the debuff. This is the bait. We're baiting here. In 2-1, I believe the bait's happening now. Dodgers. And then back in. Chark is moving Grim to to the stack point. They're doing their webs. We don't give a shit about what they're doing. We just focus on what we're doing. We spread further in, and then we rotate. Always rotate right. Always rotate right here. Phase 1 at least. Phase 2, 3, we'll talk about that later. You bait the frontal. We're blasting the shit out of the ads here. We'll have a DK in each group to grip them in so we can blast them. Charges happening. All you need to know for the charges, you need to be stacked so you don't kill them. Yeah, these red teams are next to you. You don't want to kill them. As simple as that. That's it. And you're blasting. This will be scenario 2. So Hummus is going to the blue side now instead of the red side. Not yet, of course. We're going to do rain first. We're going to do venomous rain. And then we're rotating. Blue team will bait the frontal. And then they'll move to Hummus. Red team will wait here. This is the opposite, yes? Not really that big of a difference, but still. So blue team moves forward. Red team follows. Blue team, you want to bait. Look at the frontal bait here. It's perfect. You want to bait the frontal outside. I mean, not everyone can do it, yeah, because it's rain and frontal at the same time. So you're spreading. If you get lucky with the frontal, good. That's very good. That's very lucky. You just sidestep, wait for the webs, and then we rotate. Webs hit the ground, and then we rotate. That's basically it for melee POV. Yeah, I'm going to go into ranged POV. This is blue bait. It happened. Ranged, you stay outside here. You're spreading for venomous rain. Look at how close they are to each other. It's fine. Red and blue, it's okay if you want to do that. That's what I'm saying. The more pulls we get, the easier it will be for us to min-max these things. Now, blue team, you're on the right. Team is on the left. You're blasting. Charge is happening. You're in your position. This is blue team where you're going to drop them in the middle and then rotate. Again, you can also get close to red team. That's fine. It's no big deal. So this is scenario 2. Remember, that means red team, we will rotate here after the venomous rain, and then blue team will move ahead. They need to bait first. You always need to bait first, no matter what happens. I would suggest to put a timer on the bait, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, so everyone knows there's a bait happening. On big wigs, of course. Or just get a text we call out, I'll tell you. So blue team moves ahead. They move ahead, always ahead. This is from a mage POV. The mage will block this venomous rain so he doesn't drop an orb. And Oven, Connor, you'll be padding here, so you're going to have to immune the venomous rain. If you immune it and the frontal is on you, you sit in the ice block for a while. If not, you can just cancel it after the rain. You wait for the webs always. Web hits the ground and then we're moving. This is, you don't have much time to soak, so you need to rush here the soaks. And get the 2 stacks assigned to you here. And then this is happening. The assessment is happening. Okay, so this is done. Now intermission. Intermission, I'm going to watch it from melee POV first and then range POV. Before we start intermission, remember the movement sets. You have to watch this multiple times to figure it out. It's not that difficult, but it's just confusing at times. On the movement set, you want to stand on your marker, blue team on blue, red team on red. You want to move left. You want to drop your balls where you are, drop balls, move left, and then wait for the soak. I'll explain what that means in a bit. And then you want to bait left, move right. Wait for the soak. This is the first 2 sets. And then the last 2 sets, you want to bait left, move right, and then rush the soak. You'll easily understand it with the POV here, yeah? I'll explain it now. So, blue team is, never mind the markers. Our markers will be blue, blue, red, red. I changed them around. That just didn't make any sense for me to have them differently. But regardless, you're going to be baiting them on the first slice. And then you move left. On the between the next to the first slice. And then you move left. You will reach the point where this is going to explode. You will wait for it to explode. And then you will go in. That's why I'm saying stand on your marker, drop it, and then move left and wait for the soak. So you wait for this to pop. And now you go soak. You're done with your soak. This is section 1. Class, we're done. Now it's going to be bait left and then move right. Okay? So bait left and then move right, which is counterclockwise. You started clockwise, now it's counterclockwise. Left, right, counterclockwise, clockwise, whatever. Whatever works for you. You want to bait left and now move right. And now you want to wait. Wait for the pop. You want to wait for the pop and then go. This is number 2. So khalas, we're done waiting. From now on, we're rushing. You want to drop it left and then rotate right. You're rushing now. You're soaking it and moving ahead. Soak, move ahead. There we go. It's going to finish. We're going to drop it left ideally there will be no fourth شو اسمه, but if it happens we're doing it anyways. You're dropping it left here and then moving right and rushing. You keep running, you soak, and then you go to the safe spot. I'm gonna need 2 team captains for this on each team. I'm gonna mark them or whatever and you move with them. Very easy, very simple. You don't have to worry about it anyways. This is it. Now for casters, for ranged POV, it's very, very simple. What I'm going to do is I'm going to assign 1 red, 1 blue on the edge, and this is how you guys played it. Most likely it'll be a mage on each side, 1 mage with Slick, 1 mage with Aya. If I'm not mistaken, that's how it's going to be. 1 mage with Slick, 1 mage with Aya. You rotate, you dodge, you just move between the 2 slices. You don't care about what they're doing, yeah? You just stand where you are. You don't care about what they're doing. You drop your thing, you rotate, you soak each other's. This one pops, you go there, you're done. And then this one pops, you go back to there. That's it for range POV. And I mean, only 4 range are gonna do this, yeah? Okay, so that's it for the video then. I have to double check the timers and I'll put the chapters in later. Thank you guys. And please let me know if there's anything you want clarification on. Please let me know. This boss is all about you understanding what needs to be done. So thanks, kiddo.